I'm looking for a new job. I had to sell my house. Someone please help me. And he's just like, yeah, that's a stupid idea.
My resume is bumping. I'm out here job hunting.
Hello there, friends. Trace amounts of science. It's been a minute since we've been to r/LinkedIn lunatics to make fun of the corporate bootlickers. So I guess that's what we're going to do today. It seemed to be fun the first time we did it. If you'd like to revisit it or even see it for the first time, that link is in the description. Thanks so much for being here with me today. Let's journey on in through this thing. Taking new clients today, Jordan reviews it. Starting a new business. Do you have a annoying boss or pretentious coworker? For the low price of $5 a month, I'll comment on their LinkedIn. That's a stupid idea every time they post something. Actually, probably worth. Not the worst idea I've ever seen. The most important thing is that you remember to cancel your subscription once your annoying boss or coworker gets fired. Otherwise, they'll post on LinkedIn and be like, I'm looking for a new job. I had to sell my house. Someone please help me. And he's just like, yeah, that's a stupid idea.
My resume is bumping. I'm out here job hunting.
Please stop taunting me. The only solution is to buy a subscription against them. It's a self-sustaining business model. Wonderful. Next one, Reddit is aware. No, they're not. Reddit Inc. Nobody will remember your salary, how busy you were, how many hours you worked. People will remember the time your post was a screenshot and shared on r/LinkedIn lunatics. Well, yeah, there's probably some people that thrive off of it. One of the best ways to build a social media following, make them think that you're going to say some funny shit next, and sometimes it works.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
Sometimes I'm funny over on Twitter, X, @DaytonDoes. You should follow me over there. Sometimes it's not so funny, but whatever. It'd be nice to interface with you a little bit. Next post, well, director at International Talent Partnership. I reviewed your application for our project director job, and I'm astounded that you thought you had the relevant experience as described in the advert. Please do not apply for any of our advertised vacancies. Regards. Okay, cool. Next time, I'll just lie. I think that's what people do these days. HR is at it again. Lamau Petya Petkova, HR specialist / employee branding / psychologist without a degree. So not a psychologist then. What the fuck? I'm a rocket scientist without a degree. I mean, I am a neckbeard scientist without a degree, I guess, but people don't take that one seriously. She's like actually trying to make it be a thing. What a maniac. And usually I don't rip on the profile pictures, but I don't know, she weirds me out. She's like looking off to the left into space, got her arms crossed, totally looking like a girl boss / human / horse / bird hybrid person. I don't know what's going through your head, Petya. She might not have a degree in psychology, but she can eat an apple through a picket fence. Okay. I'm done. We're moving on. Wife had to clap back at the audacity. The absolute gall.
The audacity! The unmitigated gall!
Open opportunity. Recruiter / account manager / HR generalist. Yes, we want you to do everything. We're not going to pay you enough, but please do these 5 jobs. Hey, I came across your LinkedIn profile and reaching out to see if the following would pique your interest. Recruiter, HR generalist, account manager, relationship manager. I don't know if that means something different when it's in parentheses. Please let me know if you're interested. If so, send me back an updated resume. I look forward to hearing back from you. Thanks! Wife says, I'm interested in exploring, but wanted to note that I don't have a lot of experience on the HR side with managing payroll, termination, and onboarding of employees, etc. Also, I'm targeting 120 to 130K for my next role. Do you think that's something that they'd consider? Thanks for the reply. A couple things I want to point out, and do hope you don't mind the constructive feedback. Attention to detail for this role and any role is important. Double-checking, proofreading, grammar, and correct spelling is very important. For example, you wrote, I'm interesting in exploring, and the correct way is I'm interested. Also, you wrote targeting. Correct spell is targeting. I'll be real with you, with both of those things processed correctly in my head. I don't know what I said out loud on the video, but my brain interpreted them as it was intended. Whatever, anyway. On another note, as far as you not having a lot of experience on the HR side with managing payroll, termination, onboarding of employees, etc., but you're asking for a target range of 120 to 130K, by the way, the correct format is with a capital letter K. What an asshole. What you're asking for is not even close to being possible. You ask, do you think that's something they consider? No, that's something that I would not consider for the following reasons. Given your lack of experience doesn't qualify for the salary you're asking, lack of attention to detail, misspelling, and grammar, I'm sharing this with you so you can be more prepared for the next person you chat with for a job. Good luck to you. At this point, I would just roll my eyes, thank my lucky stars that I didn't get the motherfucker anyways, and move on with my day. But not OP's wife. She sends a message back and says, Hi, Sherry. Thanks for sending over this feedback. I sent this initial response from my cell phone at 4:50 a.m. before my run, so apologies for the grammatical errors. I tried to get a couple of messages sent off before the day got away from me. I'm seeking that compensation because I have over 9 years of experience in recruiting and the HR space, and that's closer to what I'm currently making. The role that you have reached out about encompasses 3 different roles, all merged together. This first red flag that I saw, I'm like, nope, we don't do that shit. Count me out.
This shit, I'm out. No thanks.
While the $75,000 compensation might be aligned for a 3 to 5 year requirement, I have multiple years beyond that. Also, to provide you with a bit of constructive feedback as well, you have grammatical errors in your message to me as well. You forgot the am before reaching out. You also spelled interested incorrectly, and there should be a period after resume. Your feedback about my compensation ask came across as passive-aggressive. Perhaps you should have considered that I'd inquire about a higher range since the role you're reaching out about is targeting 3 to 5 years of experience, 4 less than what I currently have. And the job posting mentioned starts at 75K. Yes, starts at. There's room for negotiation, but 50K, that's a hell of a negotiation. To me, this seems like a stupid little slap fight where both women end up walking away going, I got that bitch so good. Okay, cool, you won. Can we move on now? You're the only one keeping score, and you're not even doing it accurately. That goes for everybody here. Also, please screenshot. Why are we taking pictures of the computer screen? I have 9 years of experience. I'm a professional that takes pictures of the computer screen. I mean, to come after OP's wife. It's fine. I'll leave you alone forever now. Let me alienate myself from my potential employers. That's what this whole YouTube channel's for. Hey, this is Larry, and he's open to work for good pay and benefits. Employer must be willing to hire a white man. DEI BS will not be tolerated by me. Leftist companies need not respond. Boy, really putting your best foot forward, aren't you there? Yeah, I don't think we're going to need your services. Can you imagine sitting down to do an interview with Larry? So what have you accomplished in your life? Well, I'm a white man. Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm white.
Outside of that, what have you contributed to society? Oh, nothing. So we got to move on. Home sweet home. Ken Chang. He was in our last video. He's one of those LinkedIn shit posters, is he? See? There's some people out there that get off on being posted in r/LinkedIn lunatics. I see you, Ken. Second episode in, I see what's happening here. An employee asked me if he could work from home, and here's what I said. Yes, absolutely. I'm so glad you suggested this because you're wasting time on your commute. You could start right now. He was elated and started packing things up to leave. I asked him, where are you going? And he said, you said I could work from home. And that's when I told him to come with me to the 14th floor. I led him to a converted storage closet with a single bed and a sink. This was his new home. Sorry, but you live here now. Your verbal contract is binding. Also, I'll be expecting your $750 rent payment at the end of the month. Never, ever ask me if you can work from home. My wife and children, Mr. Chang, they miss me. Well, then you tell him to come visit, but no visitors after 5. This is a real-life nightmare scenario that totally happened for real. Okay, next post. Trying to sleep while this lunatic wants to network. Co-founder of Safari. What you see, $100 a night hotel in Singapore. What I see, a prime networking opportunity. We are not the same. Yeah, and thank God for that. You're like, let's talk about working things. And I'm like, how about we don't? Most people probably would humor him, but if you come at me like that, you're fucking with the wrong one. I tell you to your face, I don't want any of the bullshit you're selling. Me and my wife are trying to have a nice time in this weird open-air hotel. And he's like, can I watch? And then we pull out the old ReddX bread crowbar.
Get the hell out of here and stay out, you pervert!
There's also a pink version, of course, for the ladies. The missus carries one everywhere. I guess what I'm really trying to say here is, you don't know who you're talking to, so fucking mind your own. Thanks, I appreciate it. What else we got here? Absurd. This is Marco Brown protecting you by removing your fear about divorce and helping you maximize it. Yeah, just preying on the remains of what you and your wife built together. Of all the lawyers, I think I have the least respect for divorce lawyers.
Pay up and you're on your way to getting rid of that vermin you call a spouse. We're here to help.
Dear law student, hint to get hired as an attorney. I interviewed an attorney last week. Great interview. I delayed offering a second interview to see if he would send a post-interview thank you email. He sent the email. I responded, and we're getting together again soon. Post-interview thank you emails are essential. Why should employers invest in interviewing you or hiring you if you don't bother investing time to send a simple thank you? That's not what I do. I send an email that is reminding you to thank me for my time. Since, you know, you're going to be exploiting my time and labor for something as nebulous and meaningless as a simple fistful of dollars. No, thank you. I think I'm good, Marco. What this is really about is placating his own ego. He's like, yeah, I'm the big boss. You gotta send me emails. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you a link that says it's to a $500 Amazon thank you gift card, and really it just links to Goatsay. That's the impression that I want to leave you with. Now you think of that. I might not have a job, but I think we know who wins in this exchange. A way to further your brand by calling job applicants idiots and losers. Seems to be about the standard for LinkedIn. Sold a service company for 7 figures, self-storage operator, the 1.9 million square blah blah blah. Ask job applicants to film a 1-minute video introducing themselves. Most folks will be too lazy to do it. The losers will be afraid to do it. The entitled idiots will get mad you ask for extra work and pay them to do it. You're left with the top 5%. Yeah, that's what you think. And then you get a motherfucker like me in there that's gonna make the silliest, most insane, rambling 1-minute video you've ever seen. And they'll stretch it into 50 minutes. And we'll monetize it with AdSense. And yeah, I don't need your job after all. Hey, isn't that neat? I can do things my way, and it all worked out. I'm so glad I don't have to be a tool like this guy. Thank you guys so much for making that possible. Have you signed up on Patreon or YouTube memberships, by the way? Because that is one of the big ways that we sustain ourselves around here. I'd appreciate it if you did. If you can't afford it, I mean, I understand. On with the video. Legend. What winning an Olympic gold medal taught me about B2B SaaS sales efficiency. One of the Team USA rowers who won a gold medal is an investment banker and actually did the B2B SaaS sales joke on LinkedIn. Legend. I mean, as long as he's just doing a little trolling, I don't really see a problem with it. Kind of funny. Like, oh, hey, ha ha ha, he did the meme. But it really only works once, so good luck keeping your new followers engaged, and we'll move on. Delusional interviewer. I think most of them are. It's the weird feeling of secret power. Pei Yuan Jins, who's a software engineer intern at John Deere, says, shout out to Trade Terminal for giving me the worst interview experience for the quant developer intern position, 4th round with interviewer Yao Meng. Oh damn, he plays some mean b-ball. You should one-on-one him. From the start, I began my self-introduction, and he interrupted me to mock my experience as a software engineer at John Deere, expressing disbelief that a tractor company would even need software services. I mean, it's about that point that you know for sure the interviewer's an idiot. Basically, everything these days uses software in some way. When I started discussing the project I worked on at John Deere, he repeatedly interrupted with questions like, why don't you use this? Or, oh, why don't you use that? I explained that our choices were based on the company's specific needs and requirements. He then belittled me for not thinking big for the company and boasted that, as an intern, he once persuaded his manager to quit and join him in a crypto venture. Yeah, neat. I guess timing was sort of integral for that thing. What he means to say is we rug pulled 3 million market cap from day traders. The interview, which only lasted 7 minutes, ended with him humiliating me by saying, I'm a billionaire because I think big, but look at you. You've accomplished nothing. I don't care if he's 8 feet tall. You gotta punch Yao Ming in the nose. Next time I see him, I'm gonna do it. I'm not posting this event about my feelings, but to raise awareness of the unprofessional and demeaning behavior that can occur during interviews. No candidate should have to endure this kind of treatment, regardless of their background or the companies they've worked for. Interviews should be a respectful and constructive dialogue where both parties can engage meaningfully. I hope that by sharing this, others feel empowered to speak up about their experiences, and that companies take responsibility to ensure their interview processes are fair, respectful, and professional. Damn, Pei Yuan actually kind of hit it out of the park. The interviewer might have been pushing on him just to see if he would push back or break or whatever happened, but yeah, it's not a professional environment. It's not conducive to employee mental health. Just before you leave the interview office, you should have looked back in at him and said, you might be a billionaire, but that doesn't make you a good person. Just let him sit with that one for a while. Being a billionaire usually has the opposite effect, as a matter of fact. Do you know how many people you need to exploit to be a billionaire? I mean, I love capitalism, but let's not pretend like actual free market capitalism is what's happening currently. The government has a stranglehold on basically every company out there. Now I sound like those delusional communists like, real communism hasn't been tried yet. Okay, well, real capitalism has, and it worked. Maybe a spicy take, but I don't give a fuck anymore. It definitely generates some engagement in the comments. Not that I'm actually going to engage with any of it. That's fun. You guys are fun. Wake up, honey. New Pick Me just dropped. This is Kamal Dixon. Oh, I'm not Dixon that. Don't you accuse me. Founder of Classy Women, 1.1 million on Instagram. Yeah, people seek validation in different ways, don't you know? Kamal says, once a man hits 25, nobody cares about his potential anymore. He either has the results to show, or he doesn't. What? I didn't make it till I was 30-something, like, so fucking what? You're gonna be a forever alone cat lady because you're looking for something that's already pre-built. Kamal's not willing to put in the time, and that's why she's gonna grow up to be a great big cat lady.
Doing great, Meg. Yeah, I feel good. Like I belong here. Will I get used to
You'll get used to the smell, yes.
You think that 25-year-old millionaire guy doesn't already have a girlfriend? One that looks better than you? One that fucks harder than you? You don't stand a chance. I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm saying it because you should be willing to build something with another person. Or, alternatively, die alone with 1 million Instagram followers. I mean, it is your call, after all. I can't live your life for you. When I got together with my wife, I didn't have dick. I mean, I did have... That was basically all I had, as a matter of fact. But we built it together, dude. That's why we're inseparable. I don't feel the need to hide money away or have a secret account where this is my money and that's your money. Because, yeah, we made it all together. Kamal, the type of bitch that would write me off at 25, even though I'm working a 40-hour desk job trying to do my best. Was there wasted potential there? Yeah, absolutely. A lot of it. But at a certain age, something just woke up inside, you know? As a matter of fact, it didn't just wake up. My wife is the one that woke it up. And it's gone swimmingly. Feels much better than 1 million Instagram followers and, you know, a set of fish eyes from looking at Instagram all day. Her eyes are like that because she scrolls on 2 separate screens at the same time.
Time heals all things, except these crazy eyes.
Fuck, I said I wasn't going to be mean. Okay. I do want to ask you one more question, though. How old are you? Are you older than 25? You heard about the wall, didn't you? And you got real sad about it, so you decided to attack the other gender. I see how it is. Hopefully someday you find a Dixit that can fix it. You're fun. You guys are fun. I don't know why we don't come in here more often. Any neggies or posies? We are adults, not children, hun. This is Katie Nightingale, your fresh princess. Like with a quotation around the SS? What is that? What does that mean? What an odd thing to do. Of VA Flair, tick. What a week. Negatives. Boo, you whore. Car broke down. Big bill. Ugh. 2 lots of crappy news. Nearly got off by a stomach bug. Not even kidding. I saw the white light. Positives. Slay, bitches. It's Friday. I just bagged a new client. They're so cool. They sent me a video asking me to be their VA. Made some incredible new strategies for myself and the client. Hands up emoji. What have been your neggies and posies this week? No neggies for me. Only posies around here because of new ReddX brand Super Raids.
He's got AIDS!
Now available in a convenient necklace format. We're going to put it up on 4th wall. It's not there yet, though. Unless you're seeing this video like a couple weeks down the road, then maybe it is. We've got the stuff on order, is what I'm saying. And then I got to ship it stateside, whatever, you don't care. That's just a whole bunch of neggies, isn't it? The cross-eyed photo of Katie. Oh my god, you just give off such burnt-out millennial vibes. Scrolled on Ike and has cheeseburger until your SSI stare glazed over and your brain cells just started to off themselves one by one. That's what's happening here, isn't it, Katie? You can't see anything beyond yourself. All of your things are 100% about you. The truth is, you don't give a shit about my week just as much as I don't give a shit about yours. But I'm going to tell you about it anyway. Some pauses that we did. We were in around the 40 houses in the Aita village and installed solar lights. People that have lived without lights for basically their entire life. So yeah, that's a good pausey. But a neggy about that was a bunch of politicians showed up and tried to show their face while we were handing out free stuff. Essentially, using my community and platform for their own shitty promotion. So you know what I did the next day? I kicked them all out. I said, your help is no longer needed. We're gonna do it ourselves. Thereby, we turned a neggy into a pausey. Isn't that cool how that works? And isn't that cool how everything I said involved people outside of myself? Get it through your head that nobody cares about what you're going through, because guess what? We're all going through it. So get out of my face, you broke bitch. I crossed my eyes, aren't I wacky? Yeah, sure, I guess that counts for a personality these days. It's brutal out there, Patty Jobsman says, 0.2 seconds after logging into LinkedIn. And then it's a guy throwing up everywhere at the Paris Olympics. That's what happens if you run too much, you know? That's why, me personally, I run as little as possible. I don't like throwing up. I'm trying to keep myself safe out here. Dot. David's really big on LinkedIn. I just shat my pants. A complete blowout. Most would consider this a huge embarrassment and a major setback. I see it as an opportunity for growth. I'm vulnerable with my colleagues, and that strengthens our bond. I'm no longer afraid of asking for help. Would someone pass the butter? Please leave. Yes, I shit my pants in the middle of your living room. But what can we learn about B2B business strategy from this from this situation? I like webcomics. We should do like a whole webcomics episode, just sitting down and reading Perry Bible Fellowship. You know, we can see how it goes. This poster says, imagine bragging about rejecting an offer. Someone put the offers they rejected on their LinkedIn. University of Cambridge, rejected. Harvard University, oh yes. And I went there for 1 whole year. Wow, that's super impressive. Awesome. Really, he just went to Harvard to meet his Canadian girlfriend that totally exists. Then he got his totally real degree and had some totally real kids with a totally real white picket fence. At least, you know, in theory, that's what people think when they look at my LinkedIn profile, and that's one of the most important things. Let me teach you what getting called out on r/LinkedIn lunatics can teach you about B2B business strategy. See, now I'm doing the meme too. It's not funny the second time. Okay, carrying on. If LinkedIn were a person...
Yeah, we offer to freeze our female employees' eggs. I think every company should be doing this.
I completely agree. And I think
we even offer it to the men with their sperm. And the best part is, at the end of the quarter, I take the top-performing male sperm and the top-performing female's egg and breed them. 12 years later, we'll onboard that child whether it likes it or not. Some people think this is dumb, but
it's the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my life.
Those people are the dumbest people on earth, Joe. Well, you're busy recruiting employees. I'm growing them in my basement. Have fun poking around on Indeed, you f***ing knuckle dragger.
I don't know if he's trolling, but I really hope that he is. If he is, that's like the funniest thing I've ever seen. Joe Rogan is so unsettled by the entire thing. He called him a knuckle drag to his face, and Joe is just like Joe not know how respond. Is it just an excerpt from a larger joke that I'm not getting? I don't know. Either way, I love it. It's perfect. Never change, you basement-dwelling, glasses-wearing breed monger. We'll move on to 2 LinkedIn users talking about their jobs. Oh, we get some video ones today. That's nice.
Right, so what do you do for a living?
Oh, yeah, so pretty much I'm like the director of facility sanitation.
Garbage man!
And I engineer the sterility of multiple organizations, so yeah.
Oh, cool. Did you say director engineer?
Yeah, something like that. What do you do, though?
Well, I just work in guest relations for a multi-billion-dollar culinary collective specializing in vehicular coordination.
Oh, what the heck? That sounds so fancy. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, essentially it's this. You can talk your job up in real life as much as you want, but you're the one that has to live it. You know what I say when people ask me about my job? I'd rather not talk about it. That's not something I wish to discuss. Because you're really not interested in the analytics and the back end and the growth strategies of YouTube. All it really is an opportunity to ask about how much I make. And again, I'm really not comfortable talking about it. If this is all you guys had to relate on, the fact that you both have jobs, it's dead in the water anyways. Why even continue on? Whatever. I know it's a stupid fucking skit. But here's what stupid fucking skits can teach us about real life and B2B business strategy. I don't think the joke is coming back around. I think it really is dead. A single episode, less than 30 minutes, and I killed it stone dead. To that I say good. Let it lie. Here's an update to a post we haven't seen yet, I guess. So I went and found that post so we can do it in the correct order. So cameras on, people! This guy can only think of one metric for employee success, and that is attendance. Banana pants! What? Banana pants? I want everybody to meet James Lee. He's a cold calling enthusiast. Talk to me about IT services. Yeah, pretty sure I'd rather castrate myself with a piece of dental floss, but good to meet ya. I have one rule for our staff that work from home. They must have their webcams on, with their microphones unmuted for their full shift. It's the only realistic way that we can track their toilet breaks, make sure they're not spending their working time watching adult movies, make sure they're not bitching about my management style to their other halves or family dogs. Okay. 3 is the one that, yeah, you realize it's satire. The scariest thing is a lot of people don't. The best satire is indistinguishable from reality. If they don't like the rules, they're free to work from the office. Give your employees options. Then, let them decide what they want to do. I would come up with an elaborate pulley system for my erector set to animate a cardboard cutout in front of the webcam. And you guys paid me to do it, is the crazy part. The last copywriting job that I had right before YouTube took off wanted me to install one of those time tracking softwares, and yeah, I quit immediately as they brought it up. I was like, you know what? I take my chances on YouTube. Whatever happens with it, we're gonna be fine, but I don't want to do that shit. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this guy's a troll. Let's see the update post. It was never my intention to make it onto the famous lunatic thread. See, he knows what he's doing. I had a few messages this morning pointing out my post yesterday had made the cut. What I didn't know about this lunatic sub-thread is that there are so many crayon-eating nutjobs that still live in their mom's basement out there. The most ironic thing about the subthread is the name LinkedIn Lunatics, when the subthread itself is full of them. Anyway, I've heard what y'all think, and immediate effect, banned all work from home. As if James is in charge of anything. But he is stirring the pot, and I do admire that. Basically, every single social media that you enjoy these days is built on engagement. Doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. You will reward these people for their shit posting. And indeed, it seems the prophecy has come to fruition. So we'll move on. Smirk emoji. Little personal update. I put a baby in my baby. Ew. Ew. What? Ew.
No, all right. I know that sounds bad.
That's all I have to say. Get away from me. Kim Jong-un on LinkedIn. What? It's not. It's Nick Broakima getting you inbound leads through content design. The perks of running a solo business. 1. No layoffs. Employee of the month. It's me, Nick Broakima. And I was also the employee of the month for the previous 6 months. Yeah, well, like I said, people find their validation in a lot of different ways. To me, this seems really self-centric and ego-driven, but maybe it's just a funny haha joke. Maybe Nick's in on the joke. It's still a really weird joke to make. You want to know the real reason that you only have one employee, Nick? It's either A, nobody wants to work for you, B, you have an unsustainable business model, or C, all of the above. I know where my money is. This OP says, just express yourself. Thanks for helping me process the dark times in my past. I want to share my feelings with the world, but I'm not an artist or poet. Psychologist says, just express yourself in whatever way you're most comfortable. Bradley Buford, VP of Sales. I went through deep emotional trauma. Here's what it taught me about B2B sales. Hey, it's slightly funny again. I was the youngest of 4. My mother never paid attention to me. That taught me that clients, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's not bad. Every comedian in the world, every funny person you know, that's them. Expressing their trauma in the way they feel most comfortable. And if they're lucky enough, monetizing it for thousands. Oh, thank you so much for being here, for real. I'm just so grateful for you guys today. Might have just been me seeing the smiles of the natives over the past few days while we're putting up lights in their house. Like, it's hard work. I've been running on about 3 to 5 hours of sleep for the past 3 days. But it feels good. Feels really good. Also taught me about B2B sales. Oh, look, the joke's dead again. And I killed it. This OP says this CEO must be a joy to work with. It's Austin Bellcack. Have you perchance met his brother, Barry McCockiner? He says, Starbucks' new CEO will be super commuting to work via private jet, paid for by the company. I mean, it seems extreme and wasteful, but it's what Taylor Swift does when she needs a glass of water in the middle of the night, so who am I to speak on it, really? And Austin has also attached a meme that says, so you agree that your employer should pay for your commute? Yeah, why not? And also pay me for the time that I am commuting. You've never seen work from home gain popularity faster. Chris Abbas says, there's a simple rule. Supply versus demand. The number of people who could do that job and have had a similar track record is incredibly limited. Hence, there's a high demand for his skill set, and companies are willing to pay a premium to acquire it. Similar to a top-tier football or basketball player. People should stop complaining and focus on building something worthy of this level of demand. Oh, is that what you're doing, Chris? How's that going for you, huh? I mean, I tell fart jokes on YouTube, and I had somebody offering to fly me to Germany for a temporary contract. You know what I said? No, obviously. I adore time with my family much more than something as paltry as money. Y'all motherfuckers need to get your priorities straight. That's all I'm saying. Here's a post about a strategic partnership. Maury Chowaiki? It doesn't matter. Business partners with Damon John and Paris Hilton, seasoned executive. And he says, not a business update, but a huge strategic partnership one. Climbed 2,000 feet up a mountain in 105-degree weather, and this happened. She said yes. And her boyfriend is the one taking the picture. You guys got a really weird thing going on, but as long as it works for you, who am I to say? Does your future wife know that the marriage is a strategic partnership and not a marriage? There is a legal contract involved. I'm sure you'll definitely succeed in making that woman exceedingly miserable. Moving on. CEO seduced wife continuation. And it is a continuation from this post where Ethan Evans says, a CEO that I worked for seduced my wife in direct retaliation for my pushback on him at work. He won. I got divorced and left the company. When I say I truly understand how some executive teams can be political snake pits, I trust you'll believe me. Learn from my pain. Do the following. 1. When you have a good manager, lean in and take advantage of it. Yeah, that's what good people do. Good people always take advantage of others. 2, spot the snakes. 3, do excellent work, even for nasty leaders. 4, don't confront the snakes directly. 5, don't become a snake. Yeah, how about 6, work on your relationship with your wife. Stop focusing on work so fucking much. Yeah, the bank account's big. Hey, that's great. Unfortunately, your marriage is emotionally bankrupt. When's the last time you went on a date with all that money that you're stacking up there, Ethan? CEO banged my wife. This is what taught me about B2B business strategy. Man, that is sad. Maybe the CEO did come after your wife for some sort of nefarious reason, but your wife is the one that agreed to it all. Takes 2 to tango there, buddy. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be my wife. She'd come and tell me, and then we'll go beat that guy to death with his and hers ReddX brand crowbars. So the follow-up post is our good friend Ori Bogdan, Naruto avatar on LinkedIn, founder at Stealth, Caffeine King at VAE, Hokage at the Leaf Village. It's not Hokage, as I learned. But Ori says, after getting spammed with DMs, I have no choice but to respond. Yes, I am the CEO that he called out. No, I did not seduce Ethan's wife in retaliation for pushback. The truth is that Ethan refused to work during his trip to Hawaii. Yeah, they're called vacation days for a reason, fuck out. I made it clear that vacations do not mean that we stop working. Okay, but that is exactly what it means. How much of LinkedIn is just a shitpost farm? I don't understand anymore. I came in believing all these were real, and now I'm sort of feeling like I'm being gaslit every which way. Vacation simply means you don't come to the office. We have rules, and you broke them. No excuses. And before anyone accuses me of being immoral, I did not seduce Carolyn. She came on to me. See? It starts in the home, Ethan. You'd love to blame Ori for all your problems, but no, he's just the catalyst. The most convenient opportunity she saw to GTFO. And so she did. And she took half your stuff. Hey, I guess even at however the fuck old you are, there's always something we can learn about B2B marketing. It's just overdone the joke now. It's only still funny to me because of how not funny it is. Here's another one. Recruiter no-showed an interview and then got upset when called out. Dude, fuck yeah, take him to task. OP says, hello there. Please let me know if it's acceptable in Amazon to ghost candidates or if it's your own personal apology to not apologize for skipping interviews. Looking forward to your response. I mean, I don't know much about working normal people jobs, but do you really want to work at Amazon, OP? They make you wear a little tracking bracelet and shit. They're tracking your car. Ugh. Be out there working in the hot sun all day and have to worry about getting fired for pulling over to a gas station to go buy an Arizona iced tea? Fuck that! Can't do it. You dodged a bullet is what I'm saying. But the recruiter does respond and says, okay, I understand your slight frustration in my unresponsiveness. I had some personal family business to attend to that took me away from my work-related business. Yeah, so sorry that happened. Also, I don't give a fuck about your personal business. Let me know in advance. Reschedule the interview. How are you just dropping the ball everywhere? I mean, I guess it is Amazon, and you sort of get what you pay for. That's why they got to do the tracking chip behind the ear in your brain thing. I mean, they're not doing it right now. Right now, it's just bracelets. But you give it another 10 years, and there's going to be something in your brain. You want to get hired here? You got to memorize your barcode number. In regards to your candidacy, no, it's never my intent to ghost any candidate I work with. As a matter of fact, I'm known for being a true hands-on recruiter who over-communicates with those candidates that he works with. Hands-on recruiter sort of throws up red flag. You're a micromanager is what you mean. Either that or you're running that casting couch website that all the coon brains seem obsessed with.
Now, since I'm holding the camera, I'm going to need some help with my belt buckle.
With all that said, unfortunately, I cannot move forward in the process with you, as the position requires a minimum of 3 years of industry experience, and the hiring managers are firm on that requirement. You just come short of that experience. I should have caught that when I reviewed your resume, so that was my oversight. Yes, you seem to make a lot of oversights. You're not very good at your fucking job, are you? How about I come in there and take it? You do nothing? You nobody? You mush for brains? Who's your supervisor? Let me talk to them. They're probably pretty interested in the bullshit that you're pulling around here. I do wish you well in your career endeavors, and please don't let my slow response hinder you from working with other industry recruiters, as we are here to help change people's lives and not ghost. All the best. Yeah, I wish I could say the same to you. I hope you die in a fucking tire fire. You've wasted my time, you're an incompetent mess, and you clearly don't respect the people that you're assigned to oversee. You don't deserve that job. Give it to OP. Give it to OP. They'll do a much better job, I'm sure. Basically, a fucking monkey could do a better job than this guy. Sorry, I missed our interview. I was eating bananas. It's like on the same level as personal business. I don't give a shit. We scheduled a time. You show up. Whew. OP wants to have the last word and says, thank you for your response. I wish I could have received one before sending that message. I appreciate your attentiveness despite your lapse in reading my resume and your communication. And additionally, I do have 3 years of industry experience. Best, OP. Nah, you gotta go in a little bit harder than that. I would have burned this bridge to charcoal. Everything that I said out loud, I would have put into the email. I want nothing more than to see this lazy corporate do-nothing who shuffles the blame off onto everybody else get burned at the stake. Just the worst type of person. The type of person that has made every job that I've worked at previously absolutely miserable. So good. Fuck them. You dodged the bullet, OP. just thank your lucky stars. Again, this post is titled, Ouch. I'm very happy and proud to announce that I've been promoted to partner at Deloitte starting June 1st, as I'm currently on maternity leave. Oh boy, it's the wrong voice. This shows that Deloitte is walking the talk when putting diversity on the agenda and insisting that small children does not limit your chances for a career in leadership. I will now enjoy the remainder of my leave and focus fully on my little daughter. And then I'm excited for the new challenges that await me in my new role when I return to the office in September. Hashtag Deloitte, hashtag impact that matters. And then somebody comes in and says, no one cares, which is funny. But anytime you mention putting diversity on the agenda these days, there's going to be a section of people that are very, very apt to disagree with you. Or maybe somebody just subscribed to that first guy who does the $5 a month, like that's a stupid idea thing. They got the $10 package where it's like more of a customized response. I think that's good. I like to see small businesses flourishing. Yeah, we're moving on. This guy belongs here. This is Sonal Dobral. They tried to censor his name, but not very hard. He's an award-winning creative consultant / who cares. This is for my younger friends who are just starting out or about to begin their career. Don't at all worry about working for peanuts, as long as you're gaining valuable lessons in a great place. Remember, as long as you stay hungry, even the peanuts with a bit of salt taste amazing. Embrace and enjoy the journey. Come here. Come here, you smug son of a bitch. Come here. Let me tell you something. I ate peanuts for long enough. Now I deserve a fucking steak. You're encouraging people to not realize their own self-worth. And that's horrible. Hey, pores! If you're starving, then even literal shit will taste great. Let them eat cake. There's still room on the bonfire. Is that what you want? And once he's all done and cooked, I don't even want to eat the rich. It tastes like soy and adrenochrome. That's just a joke. Don't worry. Nobody's gonna come to your house in the middle of the night in a black van and wrap you up with a pillowcase around your head and take you out into the woods. That's crazy. Who would do that? That's crazy. Anyway, sleep well. OP says, epic and so true. And that's Palmyra Powlick responding to Jennifer Stojkovic, who told this epic and so true story. Some strange man just leaned over at the coffee shop to talk to me. I was sitting outside and crunching some numbers for our joyful VC portfolio. He was sitting with his friends enjoying coffee for a few hours as I worked. Hours drinking coffee? Do you people not have fucking jobs? Him and his friends were all in their 60s. And looking gleefully retired, he says to me, "Hey, is that your car?" And points to my car, a yellow electric Mustang. And I say, "Yes." And he says, "Wow, you're awfully young. What do you do?" And I respond back, "I'm a venture capitalist." And he responds, "Huh? Oh, what's that?" Oh, please, like a 60-year-old man's not gonna know what venture capital is. How do you think he didn't get his retirement fund from laying brick, okay? Stupid fucking made-up story. It's not epic! It's not true either, but it's certainly not epic. His friend leans over and goes, "It means she's a boss and manages millions of dollars." And I nod. Then he leans back over. He looks at me and says, "Well, I'm proud of you." Yeah, and then fucking she got a tear in her eye because that's something that her dad never told her. And that, my friends, is how you should talk to a woman in public. Eyes emoji. Follow Jennifer Stojkovic for more content like this. Hashtag CEO. Hashtag motivation. Bitch ain't even at a start. What'd she say? Coffee shop. It's not a coffee. It's a Jersey Mike's. Oh, I'm just working on my venture capital folder. These guys must think I'm so hot. This whole stupid story you made up in your head. And then you got people boosting it like, "Oh yeah, that seems totally true to me. I had a similar thing happen for reals." Nobody believes any of this, okay? You're either lying to make yourself look good or lying to troll people. That seems to be, basically what LinkedIn is in less than a sentence. I can't be surprised by anything here anymore. But we'll let this next poster try. He says, total masculinity. This is George Hayworth, elevating masculine leadership. 10 plus years, Army officer, combat veteran, forging lead, blah, blah, blah. This account exists to teach you how to become a masculine leader. I'm a combat veteran and leader of men. I forged warriors for battle and mastered the art of leadership. Now I'm a devoted husband and father who forges men for leadership in marriage, in fatherhood, and in business. If you want to learn the secrets of authentic masculinity, the warrior mindset, and the tools required to a strong, confident, respected leader, follow me on X. Yeah, so I can sell you some made-up bullshit. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not impressed, sir. You might be an officer, but you seem like a dum-dum to me. Hell of a resume you got there. I shot at some people and cummed in a lady. Oh, cool, yeah. I definitely want to follow the same path. What a maroon. I'm tempted to type all that shit out and go to his LinkedIn and see what the course he's offering is, but I don't care enough. I just don't care enough. I need this to be far more incendiary. What did being in a combat zone teach you about B2B marketing? I think that's what we're going to title this episode. Let me teach you about B2B marketing. This one says, classic interview process in this market. Tech industry, Apple's shittiest interview experience. Had me to do 13 one-hour each interviews. I flew out to Cupertino. Recruiter or the hiring manager couldn't even tell me what I could improve. All I got was, you did really well and the team loved you, but we're not proceeding. That is how hiring goes. It's not who you know, it's who you blow. They just draw names out of a hat, or they're like, I don't know, they've already got a cousin that works here, let's hire them. Why would you make someone jump through hoops for 13 interviews only to be like, yeah, we're not interested? I would burn the building to the ground.
Okay, but I set the building on fire.
Here's another post that makes me want to light a fire. It says no title because I'm not sure how to feel. Scott Jeffrey Miller, 8-time best-selling author, host of the world's largest weekly leadership podcast, former Who Cares? He says, hey, Thatcher, forget that other 9th grade girl. You should take this hottie to homecoming tonight. Pretty sure that's Thatcher's mom. Don't do it. It's better to go alone, Thatcher. Don't you have a group of friends or something? I mean, I know you can't really invite anybody over because your parents are fucking weird, but you should be able to make some connections like at school. You just go to their house to hang out. Never invite them home. Never, ever. They will make fun of you for the rest of your high school career. And here you are, hand-delivering it to them, Thatcher! Don't do it. Please. I beg of you. I mean, Thatcher probably does already have a date lined up. Scott just wanted to post a picture of his wife. Hey, everybody, isn't this some smoking hot stuff that I got here? And I'm like, yeah, bro, I love girls that look like they had their head photoshopped on. It's just like the wrong width for their neck. SSRI stare. Nothing turns my crank faster. Let me tell you. Come on, I'm just razzing ya. Just a little razzing between friends, eh, Scott? Although she does look like she's had some work done, trying to keep up appearances, you know. It's either that or those bags under her eyes. She's like a POW that's just seen some shit, you know. Being married to Scott must be literal hell. But that's all speculation, of course. Maybe he's a real nice guy. See? You just play both sides like that and you can't go wrong. We'll move on. I'm a generous god. Oh my god, is this the hot dog man? Jerry-Een? Is that you? Somehow I imagined your nipples to be far more elongated. Not that I imagine them often, it's just the one time. When Sandra has had a long day or week, I help out in the kitchen out of respect for myself and her. Oh yeah, look at me, putting the bowl in the dishwasher. Really making the ultimate sacrifice around here. Hey, come in here and take a picture of this. I need to post it on My story page. Nobody cares. Literally nobody cares. This is simply a demonstration of how futile and empty your life is. And for God's sake, go put some fucking clothes on. Thank you. Oh, that's 2 bowls that he's putting in there, by the way. That's twice as generous as I thought he was being. Friend-zoned. Warning, brutal. Well, that's exactly what we like around here. This is Ethan. I met Ethan through LinkedIn. He called me on a Sunday at 6 p.m. to make sure I was okay. Weird. He's one of the realest ones. Who else called me to check in? Not many. More than one. Who's fucking checking on you? Nobody checks on me. Well, there's one person that checks on me. If a video doesn't go up, they're like, hey boss, we doing the thing? But even then, it's less about me. It's more about delivering the thing that people are waiting for. Like, existence for the average male is very lonely. Trust me, I was there for a long time. She's like, oh yeah, like only 5 people checked in on me for no reason. It's because they want to fuck you. I don't know how many other ways I could say it. Again, I met him through LinkedIn. The hashtag power of this platform is immense, not only for finding hashtag leads or generating an income, but for finding true hashtag connections and people who think the same way. Somehow I do think he's got something different on his mind, but okay, go off, I guess. I now consider Ethan a close friend, along with a couple other creators. LinkedIn, keep doing your thing. What a miserable existence. We just pretend like we're friends so we can be within orbit of each other, talk about business ideas that'll never fucking come to fruition because we're in 2 different industries. But yeah, whatever makes you feel special, you know? Like I said, people find validation in different ways. I'm glad that you've made this connection, and I'm sure that it's legitimate and will last for a very long time. What? It's gonna be fine. Totally. Quit posting remote jobs that aren't remote. No, for real? Amen. On God? Amen. Don't let them know that you're in the Philippines either, because they're going to try and pay you like 20% of what they'd pay somebody stateside. Anyway, environment, health, and safety manager. Remote, full-time, mid-senior level. About the job. This is an on-site role at Mountain Lake, Minnesota. No remote. Okay, so the person setting this up clearly didn't know what the fuck they were doing. How do all these incompetent people get hired? Is it just like you get a job and no matter how shit you are at it, you just do it until you die? Because that's not been my experience. I've hopped from job to job. I don't think I've stayed at one place for more than like 5 years. And that's because most of the jobs that I tried, I was complete dog shit at, or at least incompatible with. And at a certain point, you need to take that realization upon yourself and look for something better. But I think a lot of people do just settle. They're like, yeah, I don't know how to make a posting on this thing. It's probably fine. However I did it, yeah, that's great. I guess it's a good test to see if they, actually read the ad, but there's got to be easier ways to go about it. Anyway, had us in the first half, not gonna lie. This is Muhammad El Sayed. He's original sales manager, B2B. He says, a 3-pound ice latte a day is 15 pounds a week, 60 pounds a month, 720 pounds a year. After 10 years, that's 7,200 pounds, which is still nowhere near enough to put a down payment on a house, so enjoy your espresso in peace. Actually pretty base, Mohammed. I've got my little fund for like Red Bull and cigarettes and shit. It's just the cost of doing business. These are the things that I need to enjoy myself throughout the day, so I'm going to buy them. And somehow, even while buying them, I was able to purchase a house for myself and my family. Let me share with you what I learned about B2B marketing by moving to the Philippines. All right, I think we're done here. I appreciate you guys watching. Check out the Patreon or the YouTube memberships if you want. Seriously, consistent money every month. Your support does mean the world. We've also got the fourth wall if you'd like to buy some things there, huh? Even if you can't give me money directly, I mean, maybe liking, commenting, subscribing on the video would be helpful, unless you hated the video and then, whatever, dislike it, I guess. You ain't hurting my feelings. You watched it this far.
Joke's on you. I'm into that shit.
You should click another one. Give another one a chance. See if you like it a little better, huh? And if you don't like that one too, just do one more. Third time's the charm. Whatever. Anyway, I appreciate all of you. Always remember that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, bye-bye.